Time for another live Q&A all about eBay dropshipping. Today's theme, all about eBay managed payments. I made a video about this earlier this week. So if you guys have any questions about it, leave a comment on that video, which you did. So I saved up some of those questions. I'm going to answer them today. But if you're here with me live, ask your question about anything related to eBay dropshipping, and I'll answer it for you live right now. So before we get into the questions, I wanted to give a quick shout out to some people who are absolutely crushing it right now, some of my students. So we have Shu right here, new student, just joined, already did $700 in sales. So, we got to celebrate all the new students doing well there. And here are one of my more experienced students selling on a UK account and doing over 200 pounds in the last 31 days. So congrats to him. And one of my Amazon students absolutely crushing the first 2 weeks of sales, hitting almost $5,000 in sales. So congrats to all the students of my dropshipping courses. If you guys are interested in checking those out, I will have them linked up in the description of this video. Okay, so let's get into these questions about managed payments. Another one of my students doing well, Liz. I like to celebrate the first sales as well. So Liz just sold her first item. She just joined the course and she listed her first item last night and already had her first sale. So big congrats to Liz in my eBay course. All right. So here's some of these are going to be comments. Some of these are going to be questions about managed payments. Here's Rob. I don't like the idea of not getting money instantly like I do with PayPal. Now with eBay managed payments, I'm no longer going to get instant payments. I will miss getting the money instantly with sales through PayPal. And this is probably the biggest gripe that I see people have with managed payments. And I've been talking to a lot of different sellers who are already using managed payments, and some of them are saying that they receive their money into their bank account pretty much the next day, and others are saying it takes longer than that. So if you're not familiar with it, you get money into managed payments. It's inside your eBay account. At the end of the day, you can request a transfer, or you can set it up to automatically transfer over to your bank account, but it takes time to actually go from eBay to your bank account. Some people say it takes 1 business day, some say it takes 2 to 3. You'll be hearing from some of those people today. Now this is different from PayPal, because with PayPal, once it hits your PayPal account, assuming you're not in PayPal jail anymore, you could actually use that money right away, either by using a PayPal debit card or by using checkouts that support PayPal, like you can do with Home Depot, or you can actually instantly transfer it to your bank account for a small fee. That no longer exists or doesn't exist right now with managed payments. So that's the biggest gripe I see people having with it. So here's Jeremy on that topic. He said it's gotten better since he started using it last year. It used to take 2 weeks to get paid after a sale. Now it's just a couple of days. So I'm glad they sped it up. I'll only pay you after you put in tracking number. Let's see. Yeah. So he says it takes not instantly, but it's pretty quick. So Gail here says payments into bank accounts always take at least 3 days or could be 5 days if there is a weekend in there. I do about 30 sales a month. The worst part is that once the customer buys an item, I cannot use the money in pending funds for shipping, even though the customer has paid. Once they show up as available for payout, then I can use them to print a label. All right, so she's showing something a little bit different, taking a little bit longer. Here's Leonardo saying, I've been under managed payment for more than a year. You have daily payouts except for the weekends and holidays. So payments are behind 2 to 3 days. If you sell a lot, you need to have money up front. As far as I know, this is only for US sellers, not international eBay accounts. You need a US bank account if you're selling in the US. People are saying that eBay should give you an option to either use managed payments or use PayPal. That's not going to happen. They want managed payments. It's going to happen. PayPal is not going to be an option very soon for most sellers. For most sellers, it's going to happen by the end of July. All right, so we'll get to the rest of the question about managed payments in a second. Let's now jump in here and see what questions you guys have. So what is up, Kevin? Thanks for being here. Cohen says, so excited. Thanks for being here, man. P-Lister Duet 1, what's up, man? Kevin says, is it advisable to leave money inside your PayPal account, or should you withdraw it to a bank account after receiving it? I think you should get your money out of your PayPal account often. I don't think you have to do it every single day, but you can set it up to periodically take money out of your PayPal account and transfer it to your bank account. I do not suggest you leave money in your PayPal account. Transfer it to your bank account. There's no benefit to having it in your PayPal account. In your bank account, it will have some interest, not very much under the current economy, but it will have some interest. It's safer in the bank account, in my opinion. So that's what you should do. There's really no benefit to leaving in PayPal. Hey, what's up, Mike? What is up, Johnny? Hi, thanks for being here. Let's see. Hey, Jen Reyes, thanks for being here. Okay, Mike says, I started in September of last year. There are obvious seasonal fluctuations in sales. I noticed a slowdown last week and this week. Impressions are steady. Is this normal for this time of the year? So, yeah, you will see changes in... Let me lower this mic a little bit. It sounds a little high. That you will see changes based on seasons, based on the types of items. People do tend to say that summer months are slower. And I actually have a video coming out about this on Sunday. So if you don't want to miss that video, Mike, make sure to subscribe to the channel and keep a lookout for that video. It's coming Sunday, all about what to sell during the summer so that you don't see as much of a summer slowdown. But yeah, most people will say that that is normal to have slower sales during the summer. Let's see. That's a long delay. Yeah. We love you. Love you too, man. Cover this. I've made videos about this before, and I've covered this in my course. Nope, I don't get paid. I don't get paid to push any particular software. So all the software out there that you can use for your dropshipping business, they all have affiliate programs. So when I used to use DSM Tool as part of their affiliate program, anyone who signed up through my link after I recommended them, I would get a commission. When I used to use SkuGrid, same thing. Zeek Analytics, same thing. AutoDS, same thing. So it doesn't matter which one anyone uses. If you recommend a friend to that software, you're going to get paid about the same amount. Personally, I like AutoDS. I like their features. It had a lot of features that I was looking for. So that's the reason I use AutoDS. Let's see. Good afternoon, Montana. What's up? Let's see. Okay, so let's go into some more of these questions from the week. Where did we leave off? Right here. Okay, so Joe says, I use my PayPal card for purchasing inventory. GoDaddy is connected to PayPal and furnishes me the information I need for tax purposes. If I change to a bank debit card to make all my inventory charges, will that be connected to PayPal so I can acquire the same information? Okay. So Joe's basically asking how he can work out his taxes and his bookkeeping when he's using managed payments, because he's not going to be able to use PayPal. So managed payments will link up with GoDaddy. So it will connect up the same way that PayPal currently connects up with GoDaddy. Now, as for your charges, your credit card charges, you can connect your bank to GoDaddy, and you can also do that with QuickBooks as well. So you don't need to be using your PayPal debit card right now. You can use your bank card. You can use your credit card or debit card from your bank and connect that account with GoDaddy, and GoDaddy will pull in all that information for most banks. So that's the way you're going to do it. But the more important information here is that yes, the API for managed payments will work with bookkeeping software like GoDaddy Bookkeeping, and QuickBooks is supposed to work as well. Good question. Kevin says, I wish you can go into more detail with 1099, especially in your course, even though you go into detail about tax exemption, next estates and whatnot when it comes to the actual tax season. All right, Kevin, so there's a difference here that we need to be clear on. There's two types of taxes. There's sales tax and there's income tax, okay? Now, I cover sales tax in my course because it's really important for us to know as e-commerce sellers. That's why I spend so much time talking about it inside my course. And there's not a lot of good resources out there to learn about income tax and how to use it as online sellers. So I spend a lot of time there. Now, income tax is something different. So a 1099 is for income tax. Now, when it comes to income tax, I can't just give you advice about taxes because I'm not a CPA, I'm not a tax attorney. And income tax is something that everyone has to deal with. You know, it's not just eBay sellers or Amazon sellers. Any job that you have, you're going to have to pay income tax. Anytime you're making income, you're going to need income tax. So it's more of like a life skill than it is a drop shipping skill. Now, the only thing I do cover in the course that you need to know that's particular to drop shipping is that at the end of the year, you will get a 1099 from PayPal, or once we move over to managed payments, you'll get a 1099 from eBay with all of your sales from eBay. And if you're using the bookkeeping software like I recommend in the course, then use that bookkeeping software to keep track of all your costs, like your cost of goods. Then those two things you give to your accountant, your CPA, and they handle the income tax for you. Or if you do it yourself, you use that information to do it yourself. But income tax is the same whether you're an employee or you're running a side hustle like this. Obviously, it gets a little bit more complicated once you have your own business. And that's why it's a good idea to hire a good CPA to do that. So the only things you really need to know about income tax for dropshipping is 1, you get the 1099, and 2, do good bookkeeping. And those are both things I do show in the course. Okay. Yeah, so Kobe says, hey Paul, huge fan, thanks man. Do you have any suggested summer products? Yeah, check out my video on Sunday. Again, that's coming out this Sunday, so make sure to subscribe because I'm going to go into exactly what has sold for me last summer on eBay. Okay. Do you use coupons on orders? Yeah, when available, I will. Some suppliers don't like them if you use too many coupons. So for instance, I had that problem with Bed Bath & Beyond. It's one of the reasons I don't really use them anymore. They didn't really like me because I use way too many coupons with them. Is it safe to use coupons from Home Depot? If you can find them, they're very rare to have coupons that work on HomeDepot.com. You'll find coupons that work in store, but to find ones that work on their website is pretty rare. They do come up every once in a while though, and we do use them when we can find them. Whoa, I've never heard of this. I'm not sure why this would have happened. Hey, what's up, Zane? Thanks for being here. Good question from Pell here. What's up, man? Thanks for coming back. If I start using GoDaddy, can I have it retroactive back to January 1st for accounting? I know a lot of software will do that. I remember when I switched over to QuickBooks, we were able to do that. But I don't know how far you can go back. It's only been 6 months. You got to ask them about that. But I know a lot of the software does do that. I'm just not sure how far back it will actually go. Okay, Crafting Through the Ages says, Hey Paul, do you keep your earnings recorded digitally or on paper? Digitally. I like having it somewhere on my computer or in a cloud so I can access it from anywhere. Something happens to my computer or I lose that paper, I could just access it through the cloud, and it's pretty easy to get. I always recommend non-API. Guys, let me know, is there like a delay on the camera? I think it might be running, my computer might be running a little hot right now. It's a little slow. Okay. Let's see. Okay, let's go to another one of these questions that I had from the week. So J Rocket wants to know, okay, right now there is a calculator for eBay and PayPal fees. What happens when we switch to manual or managed payments? What's going to happen then? I expect they're going to have a new calculator that comes out, and that is just going to be updated for that. So I don't really have an official word on that, but that's kind of my speculation. Okay. Prim3 Plays wants to know, he just got out of PayPal jail. He's done with it, so he's in a clear. So good for you. I want to get out of PayPal jail and manage payments. Okay. Will I still be on hold when I enter manage payments? No, you're not. So I asked eBay about this, and they said if you've been selling on their account, on your account, they'll be able to see that, and then they can enter. When you enter manage payments, then that will carry over, and you're not going to be in eBay jail, so to speak. Okay, let's do this. Okay, what we're going to do here is, if this video gets to 50 likes, we did this last week, this was kind of fun. 50 likes, I'll give my dog a cookie. So if you guys want the dog to get a cookie, make sure to give the video a thumbs up. And of course, I'll continue to answer your questions while we do that. Okay, Paul, I'm a new seller. I'm doing well, and I'm selling products which are cheap from Walmart. My question is if I can start selling expensive products. Yeah, so you want some sales history. It really depends more on your limits, your monthly limits. If your limits are too low, then it doesn't really make sense to sell the more expensive items because you don't have enough room for them in your account. Wait to do that until later when you have more room to grow with your account. When you're in the beginning, you want cheaper items because they move faster, because they're going to sell quicker. And when they sell quicker, then eBay likes that, and then they raise your limits even more. If you have more expensive items, they're not going to sell as quickly, so it's going to be harder to actually gain that momentum with your store, and then to be able to get a selling limit increase as a result. Let's see. Let's move this up here. I want sellers with warehouses in America. I only use retailers based here in the United States. So I dropship from Home Depot, I dropship from Walmart. These are all based here in the United States. So they all have warehouses here in the United States. That's all I use for dropshipping. Yes, there are plenty of Chinese suppliers that you can use. I'm not using them at the moment because shipping from China is kind of a nightmare right now. But that's another option as well. But use these US-based retailers like I teach on the YouTube channel in my course, and that way you know the products will get to your customers quicker. Hello from Connecticut. Will you do another meetup in New York? Now you are more mobile. No plans for another meetup in the foreseeable future. I had lots of plans to do them pretty much around the country since I'm traveling around full time. But, you know how the world is right now. So just trying to avoid large gatherings of people. So that's not going to happen for at least a little while. We did do the digital work from home summit like 2 months ago now. Yeah, that was great. That was kind of in lieu of a meetup. We do these live streams kind of as a meetup as well. Maybe we'll do something like on Zoom, because with Zoom it can be more interactive. People can actually see everyone who's there. And that could be kind of like a digital virtual meetup. But then you guys don't get the good food. What should we do if all of money on managed payments? Maybe you gotta rephrase that question. What are the winning products these days that you sell a lot? So 2 recommendations for you. One, inside the description of this video, I have a link to my, I should have a link to my free eBay webinar. Check that out, because I go over that in there. And again, on Sunday, I'll say it like for the 3rd time, I'm going to be going over what items sell well during the summer, so you want to check out that video. Okay. What do you think about Shopify? It's great. I just don't do it at the moment. I've done it before. It definitely works. I've seen my friends do it, and it definitely works for them. But currently I'm focusing on my eBay and Amazon dropshipping stores, because they're doing really well. I think that's easier to start for most beginners. I think Shopify is a little bit more advanced. But if you have the experience, go for it. I know a lot of people who diversify and they do all of it. If you're brand new, I think Shopify can be a bit difficult. And I think that really, for beginners, eBay dropshipping is the best. It's just the easiest to get started with, the simplest, I should say. Not as many moving parts, less to worry about, and more lenient if you mess up. And you're not going to spend you're not going to spend anything on ads for items to get customers to your store when those items might never sell, because you don't really quite know what you're doing. You can mess up a lot with eBay dropshipping and still have a lot of wiggle room in there, a lot of leniency there. All right, guys, we are about halfway there. Remember, if the video gets 50 likes, the dog will get a cookie. He's pretty excited for that, but we're only halfway there. Let's see. Smash the like button. Thanks, Kevin. Hey, what's up, Noah? Thanks for being here. How you been, man? Okay. No, I don't hate you. This is not at all against what I teach at all. I've never said to sell high volume and low price. I think for most people that's what they end up doing, but I've never said that that's a requirement to sell. Feed the dog. Do you use the same account for Walmart and Home Depot, or separate? I've gone back and forth on this. At first, I just had one account that had everything in it. I think for beginners, that's the way you should do it. Pick 1 or 2 suppliers so you get really familiar with them and you don't feel overwhelmed by all these different suppliers. Go all in with them and just drop ship from those suppliers onto one account. Okay? Then, once you scale up, you can start a second account, and it might be beneficial, more organized, to transition to splitting it up so there's one supplier in each account. And that's where I ended up doing all Home Depot on one account, all Walmart on another, just to kind of keep things organized. But if I'm trying some new suppliers, I might use that on the Walmart account, for instance. And then other times I switch all the way back to one account, just kind of see how that would work, if it would make it better. But just for organization reasons, it's just easier for me to have the 2 accounts. One Home Depot, one Walmart, and the Walmart account I use for other things as well. Like I was doing some AliExpress, that was in there as well. Did some Amazon for a while, that was in there as well. So basically the way it works for me. Show me your dog. We are 18 likes away from the dog. Thank you for all these lives and eBay updates, Paul. My pleasure, man. How much does coaching with you cost? So what you should do is go to accelerator.dropshippingtitans.com. I don't have a link to that in the description. I apologize, but there's no www. Just type in accelerator.dropshippingtitans.com, and that's information about my coaching program. So accelerator.dropshippingtitans.com, or just go to dropshippingtitans.com and click on the top left where it says coaching. That might be easier. Juan says, hey Paul, I'm still waiting on my first dropshipping sale. Should I have a second account separate from my, I think he meant arbitrage. I always suggest that your dropshipping account you use only for dropshipping. So if you do something like arbitrage, then you should keep your account, your eBay account, just with arbitrage and start a second one or a new one that you use just for dropshipping. Again, that really comes down to organization. It can be confusing when you see orders like, is this an arbitrage order or is this a dropshipping order? I know it's kind of clear based on the images, but for most people, I recommend having those different accounts just to stay organized. Looks like you were on the road. Where are you today? Where are we? Outside Yellowstone. So we were at Yellowstone all weekend. That's an amazing place. We're gonna go back there, hanging out here for the week, and going back here later going back to Yellowstone later in the week because it's a pretty cool place. I'm not clear on one thing I read about before on managed payments. It seems like there's a savings for us on certain items, but others not. Yeah, this is one of the issues with managed payments. So I made a video all about their fees and whether our fees under managed payments would actually be lower or not. So you should look for that video on my YouTube channel because that really goes in depth. I don't want to spend too much time on that because I cover it so much in that video. But one of the problems is that they really should have a flat fee for all items, and they shouldn't differentiate based on category because it's just way too confusing. But generally, it's 11.5%, which is lower in most situations. But there are some exceptions, which is why I'm telling you to watch that video. I'm wondering if you had updated the Amazon course. I did release some updates very quietly a couple of weeks ago, and I have more coming. In the process of recording and editing them right now. The course should be even better than it was before. So you guys will be hearing all about those updates really soon. I think it's really going to make a big difference for people jumping into the Amazon dropshipping game. Unfortunately, I have no idea. Without looking at your account, I don't know why you don't have orders in the past month. It could be so many different reasons. Your store could be on vacation mode. You might have accidentally put everything at 0. You might have accidentally increased the price of everything. You might have done something wrong and it reduced your visibility in the search results. Like all these different things. Without actually looking at your account, I can't really tell. Usually calling eBay and asking isn't very helpful. They usually tell you, oh, there's nothing wrong with your account. So, if you have someone who can actually go in and look at it, a friend or a coach, that usually helps. I don't understand this. I bought a test order from an Amazon seller and didn't receive a tracking number because it's fulfilled by Shopify? What? I don't understand that. You always receive a tracking number from Amazon, one way or another. Please give the dog a cookie. He's going to get one. Once we get 10 more likes, we're at 40, looking for 50, and he'll get his cookie. Oh, okay. So, Zane, your question makes sense now. What should we do if all of the money on managed payments will be held? I heard this happens whenever a buyer opens a case. Yeah, Zane, it's the same way it works with PayPal now. So if the buyer opens a case or a return, then eBay will hold the value of that case or return. So let's say, so when you get an order, you have pending payments, and then you have payments. What'd she say? That was available for transfer. What were the words she used? Where was it? Pending funds and available for payout. So you have the pending funds, and then it becomes available for payout. So they're going to reduce the amount that's available for payout by the amount of the order. So it's not going to be all your money. It's just going to be the amount of that order. The same way it works on eBay right now. So let me use this as an example to kind of make this make sense. So let's say someone orders an item from you. Let's say it's this journal. Okay, let's say it's $10. Okay, so they order it today, and you ship it out to them. You get it fulfilled, and let's say it ships out. Okay, better example. Scratch that. Someone orders this from you today. So that goes into your pending, and then it goes into available for payout. And then let's say 2 days from now, you actually get that money. That $10 ends up in your bank account. But let's say a week from now, they open up a case for that, saying they never received it. Well, what happens then? Because your $10 is already in your bank account. Well, they will use $10 from that day, the day that the case was opened. So let's say you sold $100 on eBay that day, just for ease of math. They're not going to send you $100 that day. They're only going to send you $90. They're going to hold the $10 because that's the value of the order of the book. Okay? And then once that case is resolved, then that money will be released to you. It's the same way that it works on PayPal right now, except eBay is going to do it that way. Okay? How do I monitor the price and the inventory of Walmart and other things like that? That's what AutoDS is for. So whatever software you want to use, I use AutoDS. I list the item onto eBay with AutoDS. Now it has linked the item on Walmart with my item on eBay, so that if the price or stock changes on Walmart, it will automatically change on eBay for me. So just does that for you automatically. Okay, do I use Banggood at the moment? I don't use them at the moment. I don't use any Chinese suppliers since COVID started. So the answer is no. I had success with them in the past. I did like them in the past. They're a little bit tricky to use, a little bit different to use, but yeah, I'm just not using them now under the circumstances. Feed the dog 7 likes away. Is the market dropped shipping hot? I'm going to sign up for your course. Is the market dropped shipping hot? So right now, we're seeing just a boom in general when it comes to online sales across all types of industries, I guess you could say. So drop shipping, Amazon FBA, wholesale, all these different Etsy, Mercari, all these different platforms are just seeing an increase in sales because more people have been shopping online over the past few months because they're not going outside, they're not interacting with other people. Okay. What account is more successful, my Home Depot account or my Walmart account? My Home Depot account does better. I have more items in there. So when I first started, I was selling from a bunch of different suppliers: Walmart, Home Depot, Amazon, Lowe's. What else was I using? I think I used Bed Bath & Beyond. And some of those dropped off for specific reasons. Like I mentioned, Bed Bath & Beyond just didn't go so well. They didn't really like resellers abusing their gift cards and their coupons and their free shipping with their program. So that dropped out. Lowe's kind of just got better and then worse and worse and worse. So I don't currently use them either. And I hit a point at one point where I just decided to go all in with Home Depot. And I really attribute a lot of that to my success. So I really understood how Home Depot worked, how to maximize my sales with Home Depot, and how to maximize my profit with them. So I went all in with Home Depot, and that really, I think, made a difference. So I have a longer history with Home Depot than I do with Walmart, which is one of the reasons I think that Home Depot always tends to do a little bit better. Walmart's definitely pretty close. It's definitely caught up quite a bit, though. Okay. I love your dog, Paul. Smash the like button. We hit it. We hit 50 likes. So he'll be getting his cookie in just a couple of minutes at the end of the live. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. So how long did it take to get your first sale to happen? I listed my first item in the middle of January, and I just got my first sale about 2 weeks later. I think it was. I gotta look back. I think it was only about I know it was less than 2 weeks. Otherwise, I probably would have given up at the time. But I think it was about a week or so. I remember exactly what it was and where I was. I was at work, and it was a ice scraper. So like what you use for your car in the winter to scrape off the ice and brush off the snow. It was January, and yeah, I remember I was at work. It was during my lunch break, but I was still sitting at my desk. That's where I ate my lunch, and my phone buzzed, and I looked at it. I was like, "Whoa! I got my first sale!" Like, it was so freaking exciting. Even though I only made like $2 or $3 on it, it just showed me like that this actually worked, and I fulfilled the order. I was like, "Wow!" Like, I just made like $2 or $3 on that, and I did it from sitting at home. So it was pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. I'm not exactly sure what Jay's insinuating, but there is a dog here. It's really hot right now where we are. So he's just laying on the ground trying to keep cool. Normally he's much more active. Okay. Birch Lane, never tried that. There are so many websites you can try dropshipping from. I've never tried Birch Lane myself. How do I open multiple eBay accounts that are not linked to my main eBay account? Look on YouTube for something called stealth accounts. I have a video explaining what they are. That's the video you want to check out. Gotta wear sunglasses outside, Bobby. No, Pell. So Pell says, I just got a notice from eBay, managed payments, saying that the names on eBay and the bank account need to match. Does this mean I have to open a bank account with the same name as my eBay store? No. So they're not talking about the name of your eBay store. Inside the settings of your eBay account, you can put in your business information or who owns the eBay store. In there, it will have the name of your business or your name. That name has to match the name on your bank account. So if inside eBay you put Pell Carter, then on your bank it has to say the same thing, Pell Carter. Those have to match up. That's what they mean. Okay. It's okay, Jay. And thanks for this good tip, by the way. He says, I tried being sneaky and I wanted to list Vero items, so I didn't list it through the software, but that's a bad idea because he got a week suspension for that. So yeah, Vero is something you shouldn't mess around with. Vero is a program on eBay where certain brands don't want you listing their items. If you do, you can get temporarily restricted for 3 days, 7 days, 10 days, and then 30 days, something like that. You just don't want it to happen. You don't want your account shut down for that. So don't list the Vero items. If you use AutoDS, as you list Vero items, it will actually alert you, tell you, hey, this is Vero, you might not want to list this. So then don't list that. It would be my advice, because you can get suspended for it. Can you get a virtual credit card so you can start eBay dropshipping without a bank account or an in real life credit card? The best resource I have for you is a website called privacy.com, but in order to use that, you do need a bank account. But it kind of replaces credit cards for you. You could also use a debit card, that will work as well. Privacy.com is basically like a debit card system, a virtual debit card system. All right. How long did it take you to quit your full-time job and transition fully to dropshipping? So when I started dropshipping January of 2017. I did that whole first year. And I really didn't start to see the good success until August of that year. And I was doing okay up until then, but it was really August when things took off. So that at the end of my first full year, I was like, wow, like I did pretty good. But like, how long will this really last for? Like, how long will this keep going? So then I kept doing it until October of 2018. And I also started my Amazon dropshipping account as well. So I had eBay and Amazon after a year and 10 months. And then I said, okay, like between the two of them, and this is still going well, and we've encountered some problems, but we've worked through them and we still have managed to get it to work. I was pretty confident that no matter what types of problems could come up, I could still do drop shipping. I would still find a way to make it work. And I had the backup of having both eBay and Amazon. So that was a point when I quit my job, gave my notice, and it was, that was a pretty cool day. So that was October 2018. That same day, or just a couple days before, I got this tattoo, which says action over intention. Kind of just always reminding me to not just talk about the things I want to do in my life, not just intend to do them, but actually take action on them and actually move towards my goals instead of just desiring to be somewhere that I'm not. So quitting my job was one of those things. I actually really wanted to quit my job before that, even though it was a good job and I liked it. I liked the people that I worked with. I just knew that if I went all in with the drop shipping, I could do so much more, and with his YouTube channel as well. And I just was kind of dragging my feet, not really making the decision. And as you know, not making a decision is making a decision. It's making a decision to stay where you are in the same position and to not grow and not change. And I didn't want to do that anymore. So, it was kind of, it's a story behind how I got this tattoo. But I didn't really pick it out. It was kind of just, they had set tattoos you can do, and this one just kind of spoke to me. I got that, and then 2 weeks later, I was done with my job. So it kind of was nice the way it worked out like that. Okay. If you were a new seller, can you apply for managed payments? That kind of remains to be seen. There will be a time when there's going to come a time when you sign up for an eBay account and they're going to require managed payment right away. We don't have information about that yet. I think it's kind of silly for eBay not to start managed payments for new sellers soon, because it would kind of be silly for new sellers to sign up for eBay and then like a week later, a couple days later, be forced to switch to managed payments. Just kind of doesn't make any sense. I think they should implement that faster. How do I feel about eBay dropshipping compared to Shopify? Kind of gave my opinion on this. Both, I think, are very profitable if you know how to do them. I think Shopify is more difficult to master. You have to worry about things like building a website, picking the right products, and advertising, getting people to visit your website. Setting up things like payment processors and checkouts and all these different things. Whereas with eBay dropshipping, you don't have to build the website. You don't have to drive traffic to it. You just have to find the right products and get them listed up for sale and have the right systems in place. So it's a lot less that goes into it. So it's, I think, a lot more accessible for newbies than Shopify would be. Okay. Michaela says, oops, pull that back up. What's going on here? Let's try it again. I'm using Home Depot on my Amazon store. They are giving me issues with returns, saying they needed to be returned to the store physically. Have you experienced this? Yes, I have. This is something I go over in my Amazon dropshipping course, and for my students inside my private mastermind as well. So if you're a member, that's where you should look, because we do cover this in there. Let's see. Okay, so we hit 54 likes, and I said with 50 likes, I would give the dog a treat, and that's the word that he knows. So I say the word cookie so that he doesn't get too excited, but if I say the word treat, he does get excited, and he is ready. Come here. Oh, you want to say hi to everyone? Ooh, say hi. Okay. So we'll give him his treat now. So let's make him, or then say thank you. Say thank you. Come here. Come here. Alright guys, but if you enjoy this video, make sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss future live streams and so you don't miss my future videos. If you guys enjoyed the content, make sure to give it a thumbs up. What do you want? Which one do you want? Okay, sit. Sit. Good boy. Stay. Stay. This is from the viewers. Stay. Stay. Good boy. Go take it. And he runs away with the treat. I think he's afraid someone's going to take it from him. Alright guys, so I appreciate you. Thanks so much for watching the video. And make sure to subscribe to the channel. I said that already. You want another one? Come here. Oh. Got excited. Whoop. Got too excited. So this is from the viewers. Can you say thank you? Can you say thank you? Now you just make me look stupid. There you go. That's the way of saying thank you. All right, come here. Here's your treat. Good boy. All right, guys. Thanks so much. I'll see you next week. Bye for now.